hope you're ready for this experience I'm about to introduce to you. Whether I'm driving my head in your chest and throwing you against the cage, dropping you to your back, pulling guard, keeping you at the end of my jabber crosses, you're gonna know who the better man is at the end of this night.
Erik, you're a piece of California fool's gold, and I'm gonna stomp a hole in you, dude. This is Central Oregon. This is our town, it's not California. So go home. So I got my start when I was about 15 years old in Redmond, Oregon, where I grew up and went to high school. And I was getting in a lot of fights, and I just happened to be kind of good at it. And I happened to be riding bulls. I used to rodeo as well. And so I was doing really good at both, and I had to kind of make a career choice, you know, like 17, 18, kind of what dream I was following. And so I decided that there wasn't a whole lot of money in bull riding at the time, and so I was like, and I'm really good at beating people up, so I think I'm just gonna stick to this because it's what makes me happy. And you know, a bull's 2,000 pounds and a person's 180, so you know, it didn't take a mathematical genius to come up with the equation of fighting people versus a bull. So
I'm originally from Orange County, California, and started training in martial arts probably about 1998 with Chris Brennan. I just walked across his garage and introduced myself, and the next thing I know, I'm following him to tournaments, fights, seminars, etc. And stayed training with him for several years until he moved out to Texas. And then started training with Mike Guyman, and helped run a facility with him for several years until I made my departure from Orange County and settled up here in Bend, Oregon.
I grew up here, and this is my hometown, Central Oregon, and you know, I claim all of Central Oregon, not just Redmond, not just Bend. It's all mine. I grew up here.
Well, the fact is, I am the outsider at this point. You know, I've only been here for about 2 years. JT's been born and raised in this area supposedly, and you know, has many contacts and you know, many friends, and has built associates and associations. Having said that, he's also, you know, built some not such good relationships with people. I hate to use the word enemies, but you know, I don't know what they are if they're not friends.
Because it is in my hometown, and I have a lot to lose, and I don't want to lose to some old California fool's gold. So, you know, I'm going to make sure that my sword's sharp, and I'm going to cut his head off with it.
The truth of the matter is, JT's been born in this, raised in this area. He went off to Seattle for a couple years and came back a black belt. He's been a black belt for 6 years. I don't know how he did it in the time frame he did it, and he doesn't either. He knows that I know it, and pretty soon Central Oregon's going to know it. So when I call him out on his credentials, or you know who he is, I'm not really trying to trash talk. I'm just trying to basically let the Central Oregon area know that, you know, JT really isn't who he thought he is, or isn't who he thinks he is, and I'm going to prove that on September 10th. He's not fighting some chump that he got to set up his own fight with. You know, I went out after him, and I've been calling his number
out. I didn't get my black belt overnight. I have had to struggle, climb, and claw my way to where I am in life. And he's going to find out that left a lasting impression, and that, you know, the people that he's talking shit about is the people that I have the highest regards about. And so, you know, you can say a lot of things, but when you start attacking my pride, then you know, the gloves are going to come off. You know, there's going to be no mercy. So, you know, you can downplay everything you want, Erik, but it's not going to help you. I really don't give a shit. I'm gonna hurt you.
To really be good at this sport, to be at world-class level, to fight world-class people, not just fight scrubs and win, but to fight world-class people, takes a lot of time and a lot of years to get to that level. And I decided to take my time, do it the right way, and I locked myself in several dungeons with really badass people, and just chopped away bit by bit. And it wasn't until about 2 years ago that I realized, hey, I'm ready for world-class competition, and I believe in my mind that I am, and JT is just the first little stepping stone onto something bigger and better for me.
Well, as far as Eric's skills go, I know that he was trained by Chris Brennan or something down there in California, you know, and I don't have anything against Chris Brennan, with the exception of all the shit that his boy Erik Victor's been talking about all my friends and family here in Central Oregon. So, you know, he better be wearing Superman cape flying around in that cage that night, because if he isn't, I'm gonna beat his head in.
So I think by myself coming in here and challenging JT, I'm going to go ahead and win some people over. I'm going to try to build my business by doing this fight and prove to people that I do live in Central Oregon and I'm here. You know, I pay my bills here. I support the local economy here. I'm here to help out the local youth learn this sport and develop people the right way in this martial art. I'm not here just to throw you in a cage and make a couple bucks off you.
Central Oregon's not uncommon for Californians coming into town and talking their shit and being over exaggerated. So I'm gonna teach him just exactly that, is that he came into the wrong town, over jabbed his mouth, and he's gonna get my fist stuck in it to shut him up. So, you know, this ain't California, this is Bend, and this is Central Oregon, and we don't like that shit. You wanna come in here, you're gonna be respectful. If not, you're gonna get your head caved in.
Yeah, my training regimen was definitely with guys that were better than me. I mean, there were a lot of guys that were better than, but you know, the cream of the crop guys were better than me. It's like I told JT, he wouldn't even made the 170-pound roster at the academies I come out of. I mean, Chris fought at 170 pounds, Adam Lynn fought at 170 pounds, Jeremy Williams fought at 170 pounds. You know, there's so many guys that came out of that academy that fought at a high caliber, and you know, there's no way that, you know, JT would even make that academy's weight class.
How do I see this fight going? Well, I would assume that he's, you know, everybody's got about 3 or 4 minutes in them. So, as soon as Erik Victor, you know, I've been conditioning my whole life. I can fight probably all day long and not get tired. So, I'm gonna get Erik Victor all gasped and winded after the first round, and then I'm just gonna literally toy with him the second and third rounds. I'm gonna try and carry him into the third round and just punish him. That's how I see it, and finish him.
Yeah, well, you know, the fact of the matter is that could happen. I'm not scared to be punched in the face, and I'm not scared to pull guard. I think that my guard is developed. I think that it's spectacular. I think that it's a web, and it's something that most people don't want to get themselves caught up into. It's what separates most fighters from other fighters. If you can't fight off your back, you can't fight, and you will hit that wall eventually. That's why nobody's ever made it to a world-class level out of JT's academy.
You know, this is a winner-take-all fight, so, you know, if I finish him, I get his purse. So that's what I'm about. You know, I'm here to defend my honor and to get a paycheck. And so, you know, I'm gonna smoke this fool, but I'm gonna make my, you know, make him look bad doing it. Is my plan.
I come out of better academies with better strikers represented by Fairtex. You know, I've been hit harder by badder people than him on the feet. I think our wrestling is probably going to be our greatest equalizer. I know he's probably a decent judo guy, a decent wrestler, and you know, it's no secret that I'm not a great wrestler. But having said that, I think my striking will take it through, and if it goes to the ground, I think I'm far superior on the mat. I think he's going to do everything in his ability to keep from going to the mat with me, and he does not want to go down there. You better sprawl, JT. You better sprawl. So, absolutely, my ground game is going to be my strength, followed by my striking, and everybody waiting to see how scared JT is to try to avoid going to the mat with me.
Well, before I fight, I'm a little different that way, in that the fact that how I feel before a fight is that I actually go into every fight believing that this is my last day on earth, and I'm going to fight to live or die, and that's how I see it. To me, I'm going in to kill Erik Victor, And he's more than welcome to quit first, and a referee is more than welcome to stop me first. But if they don't catch it, I'm gonna kill him. So, does it happen? No. Is the ref gonna stop it? Yeah. Is he gonna cry out when I'm putting the hurt onto him? I'm sure of it. So, you know, like I said, he could wear a Superman cape and it really wouldn't matter to me.
On the day of the fight, I'm just gonna probably sleep in as much as possible, eat a little food, a little breakfast, have a little chicken for lunch, just relax as much as possible. You know, find a nice happy spot, put myself in the room, try to avoid the rock star, the concert atmosphere of the night, and you know, just control my breathing and go and do what I've been trained to do for the last 13 years. You know, it's really it's just going to be another day in the office for me. I look at the training that I'm going to be going through for the next 6 weeks is going to be much more intimidating and much more intense than the fight itself.
My thoughts don't change much from second to second. My thoughts are murder, death, kill. And I really don't care what anybody says about me. They could say, you know, about my mom, whatever, they're all gonna get hurt the same, right? So it doesn't matter to me what anybody says. You know, the fact of the matter is he's gonna show up on the 10th. He's gonna pay for the trash talking that he did. That's what matters to me. It's not what everybody else is doing, it's about what he said. Nobody else is talking about my teacher or anything else, you know, about the guy I've spent 16 years with. So, you know, he crossed the line when he offended, when he stepped on my pride issues, you know, and so, you know, he's gonna have to pay. You got that? You're gonna have to pay, Erik Victor.